university level, and they can, and they're prepared to go on and get maybe possibly a bachelor's degree in accounting or even get their CPA.
Hello and welcome to MDCC Trojan Football on the MDCC Sports Network. Watson Cook with you from Jim Randall Stadium in Moorhead, Mississippi on the campus of Mississippi Delta Community College, where tonight the 0-2 Trojans, looking for win number 1 on the year, welcome their Delta rival, the Coahoma Community College Tigers, to town. Coahoma comes in with a 2-0 record with a couple of impressive wins, but that's not dampering the spirits of Trojan head coach Tavares Johnson. Had a good phone conversation with him yesterday, and he says his guys have bought into his attitude and his mentality that we make no excuses. We're going to line up and play Thursday night. He was encouraged by what he saw out of his guys last week in a 37-7 loss here at home to Colin, which was much improved from a week 1 shutout where they fell on the road at Southwest 50-0. For the Tigers coming in, they knocked off Southwest last week 28-15 and picked up a week 1 win over East Central 52-28. They love to put it on the ground. They've got 8 rushing touchdowns as a team on the season. And head coach Travis Macon, who is in his 3rd year with Coahoma, brings a talented group to Moorhead tonight, including his son, Coach Tavares Johnson's son, Trayshawn Johnson, who is a starting linebacker for Coahoma, who committed to the Tigers, or actually transferred to the Tigers, I should say, just before Trojan head coach Tavares Johnson took the job here in Moorhead. As the captains get ready to meet at midfield, you see the Trojans in their home reds with black letters and numbers trimmed in white, the white pants. Coahoma coming across from the far sideline. They're in all gray tonight with maroon letters and numbers trimmed in white. Numbers going to be hard to pick up tonight. We'll get them to you as best we can as your captains tonight for MDCC. Sophomores DeMonte Williams, number 45, Jalen Barrett, number 48, and Austin Mitchell, number 99. Captains for the Tigers from Clarksdale are sophomores, number 91, Zyline Chestnut, number 45, Terrence Shanks, number 25, Marvin Sanders, and number 10, Trayshawn Johnson. Look at the standings in the MAAC North half. Coahoma sits atop along with Northwest. They're both 2-0. Then you've got 3 1-1 teams stacked in the middle: East Mississippi, Holmes Community College, and Northeast. Itawamba and MDCC sit at the bottom at 0-2. And then in the South, Jones and Pearl River sit atop at 2-0 apiece. Colin, Gulf Coast, and Southwest all at 1-1. East Central and Hines round out the South standings. They're both 0-2. Coahoma has won the toss. They will defer their option to the second half. So we will see Caleb Parton and company on the field first tonight. Parton, a sophomore quarterback for the MDCC Trojans out of Brandon, Mississippi, Northwest Rankin High School on the year. He is 30 for 50, 224 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown came last week here at home in the loss to Colin, where he was 24 of 38 for 178 yards and the 1 touchdown. That was hauled in by Raheem Fairley, standout receiver for the Trojans on the year. 13 grabs, 131 yards, and a score last week. He had 8 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Still a couple of minutes away from kickoff here at Jim Randall Stadium. We'll take a break and be back with the kick. You're watching the MDCC Sports Network.
Previous to this, I was actually a math major, but I have my own small business. So I like to use those experiences and share those with my students to hopefully inspire them. So in Administrative Office, you cover all of the Microsoft Office programs. You'll take Microsoft Word 1 and 2, you'll take Excel 1 and 2, and you'll take Microsoft Access. Also, you take business communications, so you learn how to communicate effectively in the business world, and that's so important. One really great benefit to our students is they get to do an externship, so they actually get to go out and shadow and work for a business, so they get those hands-on experiences. They can start off in any entry-level position as far as a payroll clerk goes, an administrative assistant, even possibly a manager of a business.
Welcome back to Jim Randall Stadium on the campus of Mississippi Delta Community College. We're just about ready for kickoff between the Trojans and the Coahoma Community College Tigers. Coahoma will be kicking to start things off. They'll kick right to left here at Jim Randall Stadium, and handling the kicking for the Tigers will be number 81, Josh Eves. He is a freshman out of Starkville High School. The Trojans will send back Sir Trotter and Ladarius Davenport back deep to return. Game 3 of the season. Trojans 0-2, Tigers 2-0. Coach Tavares Johnson looking for win number 1 here in his first year with MDCC. We are underway in Moorhead. That kick going to be taken by Davenport, now put on the ground, and he is tattooed at the 20, hit hard as Mark Dorsey comes in to lay the pop, and the Trojans will start 1st and 10 just across their own 20. Looks like they'll put it at the 21. Get a good look there at the Trojans coming onto the field again, led by sophomore quarterback Caleb Parton. Trojans went 71 yards on their opening drive a week ago and got on the board, but were shut out from that point on. See if they can have similar success on the opening drive here. They'll start it with a reverse. Coming near side is Trotter, and he picks up maybe one. Not much happening there. Good pursuit out of Samson Israel. Brings him down at the 22. Gain of 1 will bring up 2nd and 1.
Second down for the Trojans.
You see Devon Liddell in the backfield, 20 carries, 46 yards on the year. Had all of those last week. Play action going downfield, and Parton hits a wide open receiver in Tiger territory. That's Sir Trotter who hauls it in at the Tiger 47. 31-yard gain for the Trojans, sets them up 1st and 10 in Tiger territory.
7. I see it.
Trotter last week had 6 receptions, 49 yards for the Trojans. So we've got some clock issues here. That's the pause in play. 14:32 to go, first quarter, no score. Trojans on their opening drive. Parton will have 2 receivers left, 2 to the right on 1st and 10 from the Tiger 47. Shifts fairly in motion, give is to Liddell straight ahead, and not much happening there. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a half a yard. As Caleb Brown comes in on the stop, he's one of the defensive leaders for the Tigers. 8 tackles, 3 sacks on the year, a sophomore out of Clarksdale High School. Trayshawn Johnson in there as well. They say no gain on the play, 2nd and 10 from the Coahoma 47. Trips left this time for Parton. Single receiver near side is Fairley. Parton to pass again, has the screen set up, caught by Liddell, makes a couple of moves and works to the Tiger 40 before he's taken off his feet. Tylon Batiste on the tackle, 7-yard game will leave the Trojans with 3rd and 3. Third and short, Trojans put it on the ground. Liddell is in trouble in the backfield, and he's dropped. A swarm of gray shirts. Tigers say they have the football, but the official's going to say he was down. No gain on the play will bring up, or actually lost a yard, will bring up 4th and 4 as they put it back at the 41. And looks like Coach Johnson going to roll the dice here early. He's got his offense on the field. Single receiver to either side for Parton. Now he'll check to the sideline. They may try to draw the Tigers off sides here. We'll see. And instead, the Trojans will burn their first time out here in the first half. 12:16 to go first quarter. No score from Moorhead. We'll step aside and take a break on the MDCC Sports Network.
When I came up, you know, everybody said go to a 4-year college, blah, blah, blah. Really and truly, if I had it to do over again, I would come to a community college and learn a skill. Because skilled labor right now, these guys are the future. They're going to be the ones making the money.
We do offer a certificate program, a technical certificate program, and an associate's degree out of this program. So there's 3 career paths that they could take, a 1-year, 2-year, or take some academics and do an associate's degree. We do an apprentice program and an on-the-job training program through Wynn Job Center with several of our dealers in our area.
And I've got dealerships and private guys just beating the door down needing technicians. So this skill right here is something they can carry on through life. They can make a living at. If you know what you're doing, you can make 6 figures, no problem. That's a lot of money.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, Coach Tavares Johnson keeps his offense on the field. Trojans facing 4th and 4 from the Coahoma 41 here early in the first quarter. No score from Jim Randall Stadium. Trip receiver stacked tight right side. Parton rolling right, now lost downfield through the hands of intended receiver Raheem Fairley. That'll be a turnover on downs, and the Tigers will take over at their own 41. A 31-yard pickup from Parton to Trotter was the highlight of the opening drive. Trojans not able to do anything after that. Drive stalls at the Tiger 41. And we'll see Jaden Johnson come out to lead this Tiger offense. Johnson on the year 23 of 44, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns. He'll open in the gun, hands off in running room, straight ahead, and a Tiger first down picked up by Jacoby Jackson. Tackle made by Javian Gathright as they work to the Trojan 47. 12-yard pickup. Pistol set, the handoff again, and stacked up after a short gain was Jacoby Jackson again. Jacob Franklin on the tackle for the Trojans. Franklin, a freshman out of Belzona, Mississippi, Humphreys County Academy. Gain of 1 will leave the Tigers with 2nd and 9 from the 46. Play action, Johnson to throw, got a man deep in Trojan territory, and it's hauled in. What a grab inside the 15. As Tarek Latham hauls it in, brought down by Jacobrian Eichelberger. And the Tigers, just like that, will have 1st and goal from the 10. Johnson stays in the gun on 1st and goal from the 10. looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Now going to loft it. Corner of the end zone, and that ball is caught in the air. Marquise Willis, his third touchdown reception of the year. And very quickly and very easily, the Tigers take a 6-0 lead with 10:50 to go here in the first quarter.
Has your wallet at the ticket booth.
Josh Eves on for the extra point. It's a low snap handled, and Eves can't get it to go through, so the score remains 6-0. Tigers on top of MDCC with 10:50 to play in the first quarter. We'll step aside, take a short break, and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
I've been on heavy equipment my entire life. Yeah, I was 9 years old, and my dad told me to dig a ditch about a mile long and left me there for a week, and I did it. It's a lot of different pieces of equipment it takes to get the job done. We have backhoes, skid steers, track loaders, bulldozers, motor graders, dump trucks. You need to know all of them.
Welcome back to Moorhead, Mississippi. A short kick out of Eves, a fair catch called for and hauled in by Dontavius Triplett. Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34 as they trail Coahoma 6-0 here with 10:46 to play in the opening quarter. A 4-play, 59-yard drive for the Tigers. Johnson to Willis from 10 yards out. Kick was no good. From the Trojan 34, 1st and 10. Parton to pass. Got time, dumps it off. Caught Jaquel Allen, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds shy of the 45. Taken out by Kobe Lockett and Zacchaeus Burnett. 9-yard gain will leave the Trojans with 2nd and 1. Second and less than a yard, actually, as Parton calls his own number, and I don't think he got it. They're going to mark him short or bring up 3rd and inches again. Malik Purier in on the tackle. Oh, they do signal. Wow, they do give the Trojans a 1st down. I beg your pardon.
By number 7 for 1 yard.
First look appeared to be short. 1st and 10, trips right. Parton lost his footing and on the run dumps it off. Raheem Fairley on the short reception. Tackle by Trenton Yo. Gain is to the MDCC 48, 2nd and 6. $9:15 to play first quarter. Tigers on top, 6-0 here in Moorhead.
Yes.
4 wide for Parton, who has Liddell lined up off his left hip. Flag is down. Parton going to tuck it and run. And he is brought down quickly. Javarius Johnson comes in to bring him down, but we'll check with the officials. We're going to have offsides against the Tigers, so the Trojans catch a break. You get a good look at head referee Bradley McNeely from nearby Inverness, Mississippi. We'll take the ball to the Tiger 47. We'll bring up 2nd and short. Parton to pass on 2nd and short. He's in trouble. Tries to dump it off last minute. He is drilled and taken to the ground by Jayshun Simon. Pass falls incomplete. Will leave the Trojans with 3rd and short.
Reset clock at 8:40. You must stop the clock and make a quick pass.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to reset the clock back to 8 minutes 40 seconds. Trying to get the clock sorted out. There are not 84 minutes left in the first quarter. 8:40, there we go. 3rd and 1 for the Trojans from the Tiger 47. One receiver left, one to the right for Parton on 3rd and short. He'll give it to Liddell. Looks for running room straight ahead. Ball came loose. But the Trojans do pick up the first down. That'll move the chains. 1 yard gain. You see Ladarius Moore there, sophomore out of Brandon, Mississippi. Moore with 5 catches, 38 yards on the year. 1st and 10 Trojans from the Tiger 46. Parton over the middle. That ball's caught at the 40 and working inside the 35 is Sir Trotter. Good enough for another Trojan first down. Tylon Batiste brings him down. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 34. Trips left. Parton quick pass in the flat. That's Fairley, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds after a short gain.
Number 7 Parton's number 1 Fairley. They bring up 2nd down.
Trenton Yo over to make the tackle. 2 yard gain will bring up 2nd and 8. 8th play of the drive coming up for MDCC. 7:15 to go first quarter. Trailing Coahoma 6-0. Trips right this time for Parton. Rolls right. Now dumps it off. Got a man open the middle of the field. That's Ladarius Moore, and he picks up another Trojan first down as he works to the 20. 12-yard pickup, moves the sticks. And we've got a timeout. Coahoma wants to talk things over defensively. With 6:53 to go in the first quarter, Tigers on top, 6-0. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
2 of them. That way you can fluctuate throughout a construction job site. Construction equipment, it's everywhere.
Welcome back. Watson Cook with you from Jim Randall Stadium in Moorhead, Mississippi. Trojans driving 1st and 10 from the Tiger 20. They trail Coahoma 6-0. 9th play of the drive coming up. Parton so far has not had much time in the pocket. He's had to throw on the run a lot, but Trojans have been successful thus far. Now looking to punch it in here, 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff Liddell, makes a couple of men miss and then taken down after a short gain. Trayshawn Johnson and Trenton Yo combining on the tackle. Gain is to the 18. We'll bring up 2nd and 2. Two receivers left, two right for Parton. 2nd and 8 from the Tiger 18. Little pump fake. Now Parton going to run it and brought down. He might have lost a yard there as Allen Robertson comes in to make the stop. Robertson, a sophomore out of Houston, Mississippi. And a loss back to the 19 will bring up 3rd and 9.
14.
Yeah. 19.
5:40 to play here in the opening quarter. Beautiful night for football in the Mississippi Delta. Trojans need a conversion here. Parton rolling right, lofts it toward the end zone, and incomplete. He was trying to hit Ladarius Moore. Moore had to try to come back to catch it. Falls incomplete, and we will see the field goal unit on. Davin Klein will be on to attempt a 36-yard try. They'll put it down at the 26 on the right hash. Klein 0 for 1 on the year. His miss last week was from 42. This is a 36-yard attempt. And Klein puts it up and puts it through. Trojans on the board. A 36-yard field goal from Davin Klein. 5:21 to play in the first quarter. Trojans cut the lead in half. We'll step aside and take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
My long-term goal has always been to teach. I had a professor when I was in culinary school that was kind of one of these life-changing guys. Spent a lot of time and effort with me. My long-term goal was always to give back, to be able to share my knowledge of food with a younger generation. In the culinary world, our end game is very simple. We're trying to entertain you and we're trying to fulfill you. Whether it's through the sight of the food, the smell of the food, or the taste of the food, you have to have all three of those aspects together to make a really, really good deal.
Welcome back. Frank Serio to kick off for the Trojans. As they cut the Tiger lead in half. Kick taken at the 10-yard line. That's Tarek Latham. And he's going to be tripped up just across the 20 as Tradarius Moore gets downfield to make the stop. Moore, a sophomore out of Greenville High School. Out of Greenville, Mississippi, O'Bannon High School. The O'Bannon Band is actually here tonight. Ball is put down at the Tiger 23. That's where they'll start 1st and 10. Coahoma went 4 plays, 59 yards and a touchdown on their opening drive and had their success through the air. Johnson to Willis, a 10-yard pass was the score for the Tigers. Davin Klein, a 36-yard field goal for the Trojans. As Jackson with a short carry. Joshua Everett in on the stop, gain of 4, brings up 2nd and 6. And handoff straight ahead on 2nd and short. And running into a sea of red was Jacoby Jackson. Deion Cleave Perilous on the stop for the Trojans. Sophomore out of Pompano Beach, Florida. And Jacoby Jackson lost his helmet. He'll have to check out for a play. We'll see QJ Skipper check into the Tiger backfield. Third and 6, Johnson to pass over the middle, has the screen set up. It's caught by Skipper, and he's got a Tiger first down as he works across the 35 up to the 36. Marlon Brown on the tackle for the Trojans. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 37 as we tick under 4 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Coahoma 6, MDCC 3. Another inside handoff and nowhere to go. Joshua Everett blew that one up along with Deion Cleef Perilous. And looks like another Tiger lost his headgear. He'll have to check out. That was Gerald Wells, offensive lineman. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Johnson will hand off to Skipper straight ahead, bounces off a couple of Trojans as he breaks free in MDCC territory down the near sideline, works to the 25-yard line before he's chased out of bounds by Eichelberger. So QJ Skipper, sophomore out of Clarksdale, checks in and picks up a big run for Coahoma. 1st and 10 Tigers from the Trojan 25. 39-yard gain.
The class. The crew.
Johnson looks to throw on 1st down. Now tucks it, runs straight ahead, and spins his way near the 10. Taken down there by Marlon Brown. I'll put it at the 11, 14-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Tigers. Well, Johnson shows his elusiveness there out of Memphis, Tennessee, Kirby High School. Play action. Johnson going to the end zone, nobody home. His intended receiver, Ahmad Jackson, cut inside. Johnson threw to the back of the end zone. Second and 10 from the 11. Tigers 6, Trojans 3 with 1:45 to play first quarter. Johnson play action, calls his own number. Comes left side, head down, and brought down just shy of the goal line. Jadivin Melvin brings him down, going to bring up 3rd and short. Tigers can pick up a 1st down without getting in the end zone here. Going to be 3rd and 1 from the 2. Johnson calls for the snap, hands off Skipper, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, very little resistance out of the Trojans there as Skipper walked in from 2 yards out. Touchdown, Tigers, 12-3 with 1:02 to play in the first. Eves on for the extra point, missed the first one. Better snap this time, and Eves puts it up and in. 13-3, Coahoma on top of MDCC with 1:02 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
In their freshman year that I just beat to death, and it's the 6 keys to becoming a professional chef. Knowledge, skill, taste, judgment, dedication, and pride. And if a student has those 6 things and follows through with them, they will be wildly successful. Having a dream and following through with that dream is probably one of the most rewarding things that I can have.
Welcome back. Watson Cook with you on the MDCC Sports Network. Trojans trailing Coahoma 13-3. Tigers adding to their lead, a 9-play, 77-yard drive capped by a QJ Skipper 2-yard run. Another short kick and a fair catch called for and taken by the Trojans, Dontavius Triplett. Trojans will have decent field position for their 3rd drive of the night. 1:01 left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans will have 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Okay.
Parton will have Liddell in the backfield on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Liddell. Looks for running room left side, and he's brought down for a loss back to the 25.
Number 9, Puryear, to bring up second down.
Malik Puryear on the stop. Second and 12 from the MDCC 25. 25 ticks to go in the opening quarter. Parton going over the middle. That ball deflected and intercepted. Mark Dorsey comes up with the pick. Freshman out of Shaw, Mississippi.
He got it where the ball is?
Yeah, 37.
So the Tigers will be set up with a short field. They'll have it at the Trojan 37 after the Dorsey pick of Parton.
17 seconds.
Didn't see who got a hand on the pass. That ball was deflected. So not entirely on the quarterback, Parton, but regardless, the Tigers set up shop in Trojan territory. 1st and 10 from the MDCC 37. Johnson to throw, time in the pocket. Now going to step up and run, spins out of one tackle and works near the 35 before he's wrestled out of bounds. Marlon Brown chases him out of bounds. Mark it at the 36, gain of 1 will bring up 2nd and 9, but that brings the first quarter to a close after 1 quarter here in Moorhead. Coahoma 13, MDCC 3. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
We are broad in our area of what we teach. A student can come through and they can go into the mechanical design aspect of it. They can go into the architectural. They can go into the civil and surveying, estimating.
I would say this is probably the 6th or 5th year that we've been heavy into the 3D printing. It is a valuable tool, and it's the wave of the future. You don't have to have an art background. You don't have to have an engineering background. You want to pursue a 4-year degree? We've got different avenues for that also.
So my spare time, I'm still drawing at home, designing residential homes and commercial buildings. I love what I do. And when I can teach a student to do and love what I do, it makes my day.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter here in Moorhead. Coahoma Community College 2nd and 9 from the MDCC 36. Tigers on top 13-3. Handoff is to Jacoby Jackson, and he's got running room inside the Trojan 20, inside the 10, all the way down to the 8-yard line. Goes Jacoby Jackson, chased down by Jacoby and Eichelberger. But the Tigers will have 1st and 10 from the 8. That was one thing talking to Coach Johnson yesterday. He mentioned the Tigers love to run it. Offensive line coach Terrence Metcalf, former NFL player, Ole Miss standout. Johnson to throw, and it's caught for a touchdown. Kobe Lockett with the touchdown grab. A quick strike from the Tigers here early in the second quarter. Johnson to Lockett from 8 yards out. Makes it 19-3, Coahoma leading with 14-14 to go in the second quarter. Extra point try from Eves is up and in. 20-3, 17-point lead for Coach Travis Macon's squad out of Clarksdale. We'll step aside and take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
It's wide open with electrical technology. We start with basic residential wiring. We start talking about how AC/DC works together. And then we go into motor control for our second semester. Then after the first year, we go into pneumatics and hydraulics. Fourth semester, we go into AutoCAD. We go into PLC, programmable logic control. For anything to do with electrical, we basically cover that here. Their career options are unlimited, so you could be just a regular handyman doing residential, putting ceiling fans up, remodels for kitchens, can lights, receptacles, hanging wall-mounted TVs. You could go work with a grain bin system. You could work for a farmer, a grain elevator. Cellular South picks our guys up because they need technicians for the tower.
Welcome back. The kickoff from Eves is another short one. A fair catch called for again. And taken by Dontavius Triplett as the Trojans trailing 20-3 with 14:14 to go in the second quarter. The previous scoring drive from Coahoma set up with the Dorsey interception, 3 plays, 37 yards. Johnson to Lockett, an 8-yard pass to extend the Tiger lead. Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25. Three receivers stacked to the short side of the field. Handoff is to Liddell, and not much happening at all. He's taken down immediately by Devontae Aji. No gain on the play will bring up 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Parton looking to throw, has time, fires over the middle, caught for a first down. There's Ladarius Moore on the reception. I'll put it at the 35. First and 10, handoff Liddell looking for running room, tries to work near side, and we've got flags down. We'll have to check with the officials.
A run by number 36.
It's a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. We're going to have a personal foul face mask against Coahoma. That'll give the Trojans a first down and hopefully put a little spark back into this offense, looking for their first touchdown of the night. Only score so far a 36-yard field goal out of Davin Klein. And this will take the Trojans into Coahoma territory. They'll put it at the 48. Now they're going to back it up, put it at the 49. So 1st and 10 from the Tiger 49. Play action. Parton looking to pass, goes deep downfield. He's got a man at the 12-yard line, and the Trojans will have 1st and goal as Jordan Cavett comes up with the grab. Freshman out of Brandon, Mississippi, Northwest Rankin High School. He was wide open, 1st and goal from the 10. Parton wants to pass on 1st and goal. And led his intended receiver a little too much. Incomplete pass will bring up 2nd and 10. Coming up at the half, we'll look at some first half numbers. We'll give you some information on the Trojan Black Tie Fundraiser coming up Saturday, September 24th. 2nd and goal from the 10. Parton to throw, got a man wide open, Devon Liddell out of the backfield, and the Trojans with their first touchdown of the night. 6 plays, 75 yards on the scoring drive for MDCC as they look to climb back in this one. 12:21 to go, second quarter. And Klein will be on for the extra point. And the freshman from Pasch Christian puts it up and in, 20-10. Trojans again cut the lead in half. They did it at 6-3, now 20-10 as they'll try to climb back in this one with 12:21 to go in the first half. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
60 grand starting out. So I have students that are hired before they get out of school.
Our program deals more with the agronomy side of agriculture and how to grow crops. Also with the agribusiness side, we talk about yield monitors on combines and cotton pickers. We talk about guidance on tractors. We talk about variable rate technologies. Talking a little bit about remote sensing and how we're using the drone.
Welcome back. Trojans back on the board. And the kickoff taken by Robert Spearman, and Spearman works up near the 35 before he's taken down. Marcavius Smith. Smith on the tackle. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32. Caleb Parton to Levon Liddell, 10-yard pass to get the Trojans back on the board. A 6-play, 75-yard scoring drive for the Trojans. Johnson hands off and a short gain. Jacoby Jackson with the short pickup. Marlon Brown on the stop. Gain of 2 to the 34 will bring up 2nd and 8. Play action for Johnson. Looking to pass, going deep down the right side. And that ball falls incomplete. Eichelberger had the coverage on intended receiver Shamar Crawford. Eichelberger had a heck of a game last week. 7 solo tackles, 4 assists, 4 pass deflections, and a tackle for loss, and has the deflection there. Eichelberger, a sophomore out of Whitehall High School, Altheimer, Arkansas. Third and 8 from the 34. Trojan defense would love a stop here.
Thanks. I'll go get 2 tickets.
Johnson takes the snap, looking to throw, has time, lofts it right side and overshot everybody. Threw that one over the Trojan sideline and incomplete. And the Trojans do come up with a stop. And we'll see the punting unit come on for the first time tonight for the Tigers. Josh Hollins will go back to punt. 9 attempts on the year, averaging 44 yards per kick. And he gets off a spiral kick. A flag is down back near the Trojan receiver. That's Davenport. And he's going to be brought down after a short return.
There's a flag on the play.
We'll check with the officials. And that flag was down before the ball ever got to Davenport. We'll see what the officials come up with as they gather together and talk things over. So we've got a delay of game against MDCC. He called for a fair catch and then returned it, so that Trojans will maintain possession. 11:03 to go, second quarter. Coahoma 20, MDCC 10. You should get a look at the Trojan sideline there. Fifth offensive series of the night for MDCC. Parton will work out of the gun again. He'll have Liddell in the backfield. Trip receivers to his left, single receiver to his right. Handoff is to Liddell, and he's popped early.
Number 36, Liddell on the carry. Tapped by number 19.
Demetric Strong comes up to bring down Liddell.
24.
Gain of only 1 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 9. Ball at the MDCC 24. Low snap to Parton, able to pick it up. Throws on the run, downfield, got a man caught just shy of the 50. It was Dontavius Triplett. And he will go out of bounds at the Tiger 40, chased out by Jacob Stevenson. Well, mentioned earlier that most of Parton's throws tonight have come on the run, and that one looked very good as he was able to connect with Triplett. 36-yard gain to the Tiger 40. Handoff Liddell, and he's brought down quickly in the backfield.
Number 36, Liddell on the carry.
9, not 6.
Malik Purier coming in to make the stop. They're going to put it back at the 41. Loss of 1 will bring up 2nd and 11. Liddell will get a break. Carlos Carter will check in, freshman running back out of Montgomery, Alabama. Parton on the run, being chased, in trouble. Flag is down as he tries to get it away from midfield. The ball is intercepted, but I believe we're going to have either holding or a face mask as that ball was picked and will be returned the distance, but we'll have to check with the official. That was Trenton Yo with the pick. We'll have to see if it stands. So that's going to be a personal foul, blindside block against the Trojans. That penalty will be declined, and the pick will stand. So Trenton Yo with a 65-yard interception return. Second pick of the night for this Tiger defense. And Yo returns that one. I believe it was about 65 yards for the pick six. Makes it 26-10 with 8:57 to play in the first half. Eves on for the extra point. He puts it up and through, and just like that, the Tigers extend the lead again. On the Trenton Yo pick six. 8:57 to go here in the first half. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
We get into dealing with a little bit on livestock. We cover so many weeks for each crop that we grow around here. And I also teach a farm machinery and shop management class. With the technological background we've got now in agriculture, there are some good paying jobs out there waiting, and right now we've got more people calling in for jobs than we've got graduates to fill them. It's very special to me that you can take a seed and plant it in the ground and you can see a plant grow and you see something to harvest from it.
Welcome back. Watson Cook with you from Moorhead. Tigers extend the lead 27-10 on the Yo pick six. Returned it roughly 65 yards. There was a penalty against the Trojans for a blindside block that was declined, so the touchdown stands. And now Eves puts this one through the end zone for a touchback. Trojans will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. Or I beg your pardon, the 25.
Let me ask you about that
A touchdown and 2 picks here in the first half for Trojan quarterback Caleb Parton. First one was deflected. Second one, he was running for his life, probably an ill-advised pass. He was trying to avoid a sack and threw it right into the hands of Yo, who returned it for a pick six. Coming in motion near side is Allen, and he takes the handoff, and he will lose 4 back to the 21. He's taken down by Allen Robertson.
I need to know why Aaron's shirt is royal blue and is the Tigers with the season.
2nd and 14 from the Trojan 21. 8:20 to play here in the first half. Parton on the run again, now going to tuck it. And will pick up a few. He's chased out near the 30. They'll mark it at the 28, 7-yard pickup. Will leave the Trojans with 3rd and 7. We'll credit Christopher Williams on the tackle. Third and 7 from the 28 of Delta. They need a first down pickup here. Parton with play action. Quick pass near side, caught by Fairley. And he works very close to the first down marker. They spot him out right on the line to gain, and now the official on the far side will say first down Trojans. 7-yard pickup will move the sticks for MDCC. Miles Griffin will check into the Trojan backfield. First time we've seen Griffin tonight, freshman out of Cleveland. First and 10 from the Trojan 35. Handoff will go to Griffin, and he's tripped up after a short gain. And there is a Tiger down who lost his headgear. Stopped by Devontae Agee and Trayshawn Johnson. Agee will have to check out. He's the Tiger that lost his helmet. 2-yard gain to the 37 will bring up 2nd and 8. Clock runs, 6:18 to play, second quarter. Trojans do have 2 timeouts remaining, but still plenty of time here in the first half. They trail Coahoma 27-10. Play action to Griffin. Pass near side, caught by Fairley, and he's going to be wrestled down by Samson Israel. And a late flag comes in and fairly indicates that this will go against the Tigers. If so, well, that will be a huge break for MDCC. Gain was to the 43. And that will go against Coahoma. Unsportsmanlike on Israel. So this will take the Trojans into Coahoma territory. We'll take them to the 42 is where they'll set up shop. Three receivers stacked tight near side on 1st and 10 from the Tiger 42. Griffin stays in the backfield. Partner looking to throw downfield. There was contact, and there's the flag. Sir Trotter, the intended receiver. I don't know that that contact was intentional, but it was certainly there, as like Trotter kind of turned back and defender bumped him, but the Trojans will certainly take the penalty. And we're going to have a timeout called by Coahoma. That is their second of the first half. 5:45 to go, second quarter. Tigers on top of the Trojans, 27-10. We'll take a break here on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, Trojans will have 1st and 10 from the Tiger 27. As they trail Coahoma 27-10 with 5:45 to go, second quarter. Trojans have benefited from 2 Tiger penalties here on this drive. Got to take advantage and punch it in. 1st and 10 from the 27. Handoff off left tackle goes Miles Griffin. Works inside the 25. Taken down by Jayshun Simon. Gain is to the 23, 4-yard pickup. I believe the Trojans was 2nd and 6. Parton to pass, doesn't see anything, and fires a missile left side, incomplete. Fairley was the intended receiver. Trenton Yo had the coverage, 3rd and 6, coming up from the 23. Two receivers stacked tight to either side of the line for Parton, 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, in trouble, and he's going to be dropped for a sack back at the 31-yard line. Malik Purier and Allen Robertson combining on the sack of Parton. And we're going to see the field goal unit come on for the second time tonight.
31.
A loss of 8 back to the 31. They'll put this down at the 39. It'll be the 38. It'll be a 48-yard attempt for Klein. He was good earlier from 36. A good snap, a good hold, but the kick is a little short. Ball's no good. Score remains 27-10 with 4:25 to play in the first half. Tigers will take over. Coahoma will have one timeout remaining. Trojans have two should they choose to use them here on the defensive side. 17-point deficit for MDCC, looking for their first win of the year. Coahoma looking to stay unbeaten. First and 10, Tigers from their own 31. Quarterback Johnson takes a snap. Looked like confusion in the backfield, and he's got a little running room, but a flag is down back at the 25-yard line. We'll check with the officials. Gathright comes up to take Johnson out of bounds. We're going to have holding against the Tigers.
Holding against the Tigers. Repeat, first down.
This will take Coahoma back to the 21, 10-yard penalty. First and 20. Approaching 4 minutes to go here in the first half from Moorhead. Trojans trailing by 17. Play action for Johnson, looking to pass, incomplete. Led his man Ahmad Jackson a little bit too much. Johnson fired a bullet. Eichelberger had the coverage. Incomplete pass will bring up 2nd and 20 from the Tiger 21. Second and 20, Johnson, the quarterback keeper straight ahead. Spins his way across the 25. Taken down by Marlon Brown, Sedante Myers. Gain is to the 27. 6-yard pickup, believe the Tigers with 3rd and 14. Another opportunity here for the Trojan defense. If they can get a stop, Trojans should get it back with decent field position. But you got to get the stop first. Trips left for Johnson on 3rd and 14. Rolling right, looks downfield, fires, incomplete, left it short of intended receiver Marquise Willis. And that will bring up 4th and 14. Trojans do get the stop, and they will get it back. Should have around 2.5 minutes to work with once they get it back. Hollins back to punt. He'll stand at his own 13. Trojans bring pressure, and that kick may have been blocked at the line of scrimmage. Went straight up in the air, was short. It will hit near midfield and take a short Tiger bounce to the Trojan 46, and that's where MDCC will have it. 1st and 10, 2:44 left to go in the first half, and another opportunity for this Trojan offense. Could not take advantage of multiple Tiger penalties on the last offensive series.
Maybe we get those ones like you're shooting that before and pop in the oven.
If not,
Just go get them that morning.
So Delta will have it at their own 46. 2:44 to go first half. Trojans trailing by 17. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Parton looks to set up the screen, nothing there. He's chased and now will loft it out of bounds and incomplete. We're going to have another penalty, a late hit out of bounds as Parton was shoved under the tent.
98.
And roughing the passer will be the call. That's the third defensive penalty on Coahoma. The last two drives, MDCC got to take advantage. So this will take them to the Tiger 39. So Parton will have to check out. We're going to see Donovan Cole come in at quarterback, freshman out of Rock Creek, Alabama. And Delta will call a timeout. They'll have one remaining, 2:32 left to play here in the first half. Certainly hope Caleb Parton will be okay and able to return to the game. Looks like he is up on his feet. He's in the Trojan huddle on the sideline. They just need a breather. The Trojans will have 1st and 10 from the Tiger 39 when we come out of the break. 27-10, Coahoma on top. Tigers went up 6-0, 10:50 mark of the first quarter. Johnson to Willis from 10 yards out. Trojans answered with a 36-yard field goal out of Davin Klein. QJ Skipper added a 2-yard touchdown run on the next Tiger possession to put Coahoma up 13-3. They extended the lead with a Johnson to Lockett 8-yard pass at the 14-14 mark of the second quarter. Trojans got on the board again. Parton to Liddell from 10 yards out. That was at the 12-21 mark. And a Trenton Yo pick six for the Tigers have us at 27-10. 1st and 10 here. Snap back to Cole. And he runs it straight ahead. Or actually, I beg your pardon, that is Jaterrence Moore, who checked in at quarterback, a sophomore out of Shelby, Mississippi, Northside High School. 4-yard gain. Or bring up 2nd and 6. So Cole came in, called a timeout. Now Moore on. We saw all 3 Trojan quarterbacks in week 1 out at Southwest. Parton went the distance last week, but Parton out after being hit late out of bounds. Handoff to Griffin. Still on his feet, fights for the first down. He's going to be just short. He was tripped up, tried to maintain his footing. Gain of 4 will bring up 3rd and 2. Clock down to 1:40. And Coahoma will burn their final timeout of the half. So a defensive timeout out of the Tigers. 1:39 to go. Tigers on top by 17. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
MDCC has your college experience close to home. A quality education, passionate instructors, and financial support. It's the place your journey begins. Visit msdelta.edu and register today. Dream big. Plan.
Out of the timeout, 3rd and 2 for the Trojans from the Tiger 31. Jaterrence Moore will stay in the game at quarterback for MDCC. Takes the snap, in trouble, rolling right, and he's dropped. A loss back to the 38-yard line, and that will bring up 4th and long. We'll see what Coach Johnson wants to do. Allen Robertson brings him down back at the 37, a loss of 6. Clock runs, 1:12 to go. Trojans have 1 timeout remaining, and they're going to have to use it. Play clock is down to 12. Moore still on the sideline. Down to 6, now down to 3. Trojans going to have to snap it quickly, and they just barely get it off, or a flag is down. They go with the quick punt. So Moore with the quick punt. It'll go out of bounds at the 12. We'll check the penalty marker. Clock is stopped with 49 seconds to go in the second quarter. With the offsides against the Tigers, MDCC will decline. Coahoma will take over at the Tiger 12. So that nets to a 25-yard punt out of Moore, no return. Tigers take over with 49 seconds to go in the half, leading 27-10. Quarterback for the Tigers, Jaden Johnson, has Jacoby Jackson in the backfield. Johnson looking to pass, dumps it off over the middle, incomplete. Was looking for Jackson out of the backfield and just bounced off his fingertips. Incomplete pass will stop the clock. With 44 seconds remaining, we'll bring up 2nd and 10. Johnson to pass, caught far side, working for a Tiger first down. There's Marquise Willis on the reception. Marlon Brown goes over to make the stop. 1st and 10, Tigers from their own 23. Play action for Johnson, fires again, far side. And caught once again by Willis. He'll step out to stop the clock at the 31. 8-yard pickup will leave the Tigers with 2nd and 2. They are out of timeouts. So they're using the sideline to their advantage here on what should be the final drive of the half. Johnson steps up in the pocket. Now reversing field, lofts it away. Just trying to make something happen there. It falls incomplete. Pressure was applied by Brown.
It'll be an incomplete pass, brings up 3rd down.
Third and 2 from the Tiger 31 with 21 ticks left here in the first half. Coahoma with a 17-point lead, and they stand to get the ball to open the second half. As Jackson makes a couple of Trojans miss, works into, or I beg your pardon, works to the Trojan, or the Tiger, I beg your pardon, 41. 10-yard gain.
Bring up 1st down.
And they will let the clock expire. That'll be the end of the first half. Trojans trailing at the break 27-10 to the unbeaten Coahoma Tigers, who are receiving votes in this week's NJCAA rankings. As Coach Johnson and his staff will go in, make some adjustments, and try to come out and get a stop, as the Tigers will get the football to open the second half. 27-10, your halftime score here in Moorhead. We'll step aside, take a break, and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
Anything.
Love the field of study, love refrigeration. It's what I've done basically since I got out of high school. I came right into this same program in this same shop.
Well, with HVAC, there's so many different avenues you can take between refrigeration, ice machines, commercial refrigeration, residential heating and air conditioning, commercial heating and air conditioning, and so on and so forth.
There's endless opportunities for these guys. Our goal is to have these sophomores placed at a job where after spring break, they don't come back. They're on the job learning and providing for their family.
There's nothing better to have a student come back after 5 or 6 years to give you their success story, how they went from where they were to where they are now, and I was a part of that.
I am a graduate of Mississippi Delta. I stayed here 4 years. I took HVAC and I took industrial electricity / industrial maintenance. I don't get stuck in a rut. That's why I chose industrial maintenance, heating and air, for the simple reason I'm not stuck in a building all day. I might be wiring up lights at a customer's house today. I might be working on a well motor tomorrow. Then they might want to go to a factory. Then they might want to go work for a welding company. A student will be able to decide what way he wants to go.
If they're serious, they can get a job anywhere. Well, I tell them if they have a willingness to learn, I can show them how to get out and get a good job, and they can make all the money they want to.
You know, they get top pay when they graduate. For 2 years, you can make anywhere from $18, $24 an hour, somewhere in that range. I really like when I see a student learn something. That's very rewarding.
Precision agriculture essentially is applying crop production inputs on a site-specific basis to reduce waste, increase profit, and maintain the quality of the environment. It's everything from working on the computer and geographic information systems, how we look at imagery, do prescription maps, to trapping beavers, to learning about wild hog control and what the best methods are for that. It's a 2-year program, so you can get an associate's degree, or you can do it in essentially 1.5 years if you want to just get the certificate in precision agriculture. If you would like to continue on to a university with a 4-year degree, there's a great articulation that we have now with Mississippi State University and also Alcorn.
What I enjoy about teaching is taking a student who has never been around welding before, and by the time we're through with them, they're able to go out and get a job and make a living and provide for themselves and their families.
Job prospects look good. If you want to get out there and work, the jobs are there. Your range in which you can go basically depends on your work ethic. My class size started as 12 people, 2 of which are already at work. They've been working for 2 weeks now. They don't even come to class. They come and take their exam at the end of the year, and they've been getting a paycheck.
You can make all the money that you're willing to go out and make. The sky's the limit.
Welcome back here at the half. Coahoma Community College on top of Mississippi Delta 27-10. Watson Cook with you from Jim Randall Stadium in Moorhead, Mississippi, as the Coahoma band on the field providing the start of our halftime entertainment, doing a great job entertaining the home side here. We've got a great crowd here in this one, a Delta rivalry, MDCC, Coahoma long-running rivalry. And we had a good first half. Trojans had several opportunities to put more points on the board, but could not sustain drives. As we'll run down your scoring summary in the first half, the Tigers got on top 6-0 with 10:50 to go first quarter. Johnson to Willis, a 10-yard pass. The extra point was no good. Trojans answered on their next drive, a 36-yard field goal out of Davin Klein. That was at the 5:21 mark of the first quarter. The Tigers responded right back on their next drive, a 9-play, 77-yard drive capped by a QJ Skipper 2-yard run. Eves added the kick to make it 13-3 Tigers with 1:02 to go in the first quarter. And then following a Mark Dorsey interception, the Tigers got it back to open the second quarter at the Delta 37. They went 3 plays, 37 yards. Johnson to Lockett from 8 yards out. Eves' extra point made it 20-3. That was at the 14-14 mark of the second quarter. The Trojans got in the end zone on their next drive, a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Caleb Parton to Devon Liddell out of the backfield, 10-yard strike, made it 20-10 with Klein's extra point. That was at the 12-21 mark of the second quarter. Trojans forced a punt, and then on their next drive, on the next Trojan drive after forcing a punt, a Trenton Yo pick six. He returned it 65 yards, made it 27-10 Coahoma, and that's where we stand at the half. Trojans missed a 49-yard field goal attempt with 4:25 to go in the half, and that's where we stand. We'll look at some team statistics. First downs in the first half, Coahoma with 9, MDCC with 13. Rushing, Coahoma on the ground, 14 carries, 127 yards. And they are led by Jacoby Jackson, 7 carries, 57 yards. QJ Skipper, 3 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. And Jaden Johnson has 4 carries for 30 yards. On the ground offensively for the Trojans, Miles Griffin with 3 carries, 10 yards. Sir Trotter, 1 carry for 1 yard. Devon Liddell, 8 carries, 4 yards, and Caleb Parton 5 carries for -1. Through the air in the first half, Jaden Johnson, Tiger quarterback, 6 for 13, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1 to Marquise Willis, who has 3 receptions, 29 yards in the first half. The other to Kobe Lockett, as Lockett with 1 grab, 8 yards, and the score. Tarek Latham also has 1 reception for 36 yards for the Tigers, and QJ Skipper 1 reception for 10 yards. For the Trojans, Caleb Parton, 13 of 21 in the first half, 184 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That touchdown went to Devon Liddell, who has 2 grabs for 17 yards, and the score. Raheem Fairley with 4 receptions for 20 yards. Sir Trotter, 2 receptions, 42 yards. Ladarius Moore, 2 catches for 22 yards. On the defensive side, leading the way for the Tigers, Malik Purier has 4 solos, 1 assist, and has half a sack, 2.5 tackles for a loss. Samson Israel with 4 solos. Allen Robertson, 4 solos, 1 assist, 2.5 sacks. And Tylon Batiste with 3 total tackles in the first half. Defensively for the Trojans, Marlon Brown, 6 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, I should say. Jacobrian Eichelberger with 3 total tackles. Deion Cleef Perilous, 2 stops. Sedante Myers, 2 stops. And going back defensively for the Tigers, Yo has an interception. He had the pick 6, and Dorsey also with an interception. Here at the half, got about 11 minutes left. Coahoma on top of the Trojans, 27-10. We'll take another break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
All right, sir. YOLO, YOLO, hey, no, right, YOLO, you got it. YOLO, YOLO, hey, no, right, YOLO, you got it.
MDCC has your college experience close to home. A quality education, passionate instructors, and financial support. It's the place your journey begins. Visit msdelta.edu and register today. Dream big, plan well, and be anything.
My name is Ben Folk. I'm an instructor of music and entertainment industry studies. And today, I'd like to give you an inside look at our entertainment industry studies recording studios here on the Moorhead campus. Let's go.
My heart is with the students. We are such a tight-knit group here in Business Office Technology. We just get to know them personally. We get to know them as far as what they want to do with their future to help guide and direct and be a part of them. Our students that go the accounting direction will take the same basic core classes that all BOT students take. They also begin to pick up advanced business accounting that the other majors do not. They take payroll accounting, they take income tax accounting, QuickBooks. They all will be able to go and be like a payroll clerk, an accounts payable receivable clerk. Some of our students want to go on to the university level, and they can, and they're prepared to go on and get possibly a bachelor's degree in accounting or even get their CPA.
Welcome back here at the half. Trojans trailing Coahoma Community College 27-10. While we've got a few minutes, want to give you some information on the Trojan Black Tie Fundraiser coming up Saturday, September 24th at 6 o'clock. It'll be a fundraiser to benefit the MDCC Athletic Department. It will be held at the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. Tickets for the event are $100. They can be purchased online at mdcctrojans.com. They'll have food, drinks, live music, a silent auction, and several local celebrities will be on hand as well, including Ron Polk, longtime Mississippi State baseball coaching legend. Gerald Glass will be in attendance along with Dorsett Davis, Glenn Young, to name a few. For more information, you can contact MDCC Athletic Director Jason Connor at jconnor@msdelta.edu or by phone at 662-402-1129. Again, that's the MDCC Trojan Black Tie Fundraiser, Saturday, September 24th, 6 o'clock, the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. Tickets $100, and they can be purchased online at mdcctrojans.com. 27-10, Coahoma on top of Delta here at the half. We'll step aside, take another break, and be back with the second half kickoff. You're watching MDCC football on the MDCC Sports Network.
Previous to this, I was actually a math major, but I have my own small business. So I like to use those experiences and share those with my students to hopefully inspire them. So in Administrative Office, you cover all of the Microsoft Office programs. You'll take Microsoft Word 1 and 2, you'll take Excel 1 and 2, and you'll take Microsoft Access. Also, you take business communications, so you learn how to communicate effectively in the business world, and that's so important. One really great benefit to our students is they get to do an externship, so they actually get to go out and shadow and work for a business, so they get those hands-on experiences. They can start off in any entry-level position as far as a payroll clerk goes, an administrative assistant, even possibly a manager of a business.
When I came up, you know, everybody said go to a 4-year college, blah, blah, blah. Really and truly, if I had it to do over again, I would come to a community college and learn a skill. Because skilled labor right now, these guys are the future. They're going to be the ones making the money.
We do offer a certificate program, a technical certificate program, and an associate's degree out of this program. So there's 3 career paths that they could take, a 1-year, 2-year, or take some academics and do an associate's degree. We do an apprentice program and an on-the-job training program through Wynn Job Center with several of our dealers in our area.
And I've got dealerships and private guys just beating the door down needing technicians. So this skill right here is something they can carry on through life. They can make a living at. If you know what you're doing, you can make 6 figures, no problem. That's a lot of money.
I've been on heavy equipment my entire life. I was 9 years old, and my dad told me to dig a ditch about a mile long and left me there for a week, and I did it. It's a lot of different pieces of equipment it takes to get the job done. We have backhoes, skid steers, track loaders, bulldozers, motor graders, dump trucks. You need to know all of them and be a master at 1 or 2 of them. That way you can fluctuate throughout a construction job site. Construction equipment, it's everywhere.
My long-term goal has always been to teach. I had a professor when I was in culinary school that was kind of one of these life-changing guys, spent a lot of time and effort with me. My long-term goal was always to give back, to be able to share my knowledge of food with a younger generation. In the culinary world, our end game is very simple. We're trying to entertain you and we're trying to fulfill you. Whether it's through the sight of the food, the smell of the food, or the taste of the food, you have to have all 3 of those aspects together to make a really, really good dish. There's one thing their freshman year that I just beat to death, and it's the 6 keys to becoming a professional chef. Knowledge, skill, taste, judgment, dedication, and pride. And if a student has those 6 things and follows through with them, they will be wildly successful. Having a dream and following through with that dream is probably one of the most rewarding things that I can have.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here from Moorhead. Trojans trailing Coahoma Community College 27-10. Tigers will get it to start the second half as Klein set to kick it away. And going to take the return man back to his 6-yard line for the return. And that is Clay Taylor on the return. Works out across the 30, the 31, maybe the 32 before he's taken off his feet. That's where the Tigers will start 1st and 10. We looked at individual numbers at the half offensively for these two teams. Coahoma 27 offensive plays, 210 total yards in the first half. Trojans with 41 plays, but only 188 yards of total offense. As quarterback Jaden Johnson leads his Tigers on the field for 1st and 10 from their own 31. He'll hand off to Jackson, and he's wrestled down after a short gain. Austin Mitchell in on the top on the stop along with Deion Cleave Perilous. Gain of 2 will bring up 2nd and 8. Play action for Johnson, looks to throw. Under pressure, lofts it deep down the left sideline and throws it on the track, overshot everybody. We'll bring up 3rd and 8. And an opportunity out of the gate for this Trojan defense to get off the field. We'll see what quarterback the Trojans go with in the second half. We saw Caleb Parton go out to what we assume was an injury on a late hit out of bounds to Terrence Moore, took over for the remainder of the first half. We'll see when the Trojans get their offense on the field who Coach Johnson goes with. Handoff on 3rd down, and he goes nowhere. Gain of only 2 as they give it to Jackson. Taken down by Franklin, and Brown will bring up 4th and about 5, and the Tigers will have to punt.
33. 35.
Hollins to punt, stands at his own 22. Davenport back to return for the Trojans, stands at his own 30. And Holland gets off a high wobbly kick. Davenport going to let it hit, and it will roll around and die at the Trojan 35. That's where MDCC will take over, and it looks like Caleb Parton will be back on the field to direct this Trojan offense here in the second half. See if they can get something going. There you get a look at Parton coming back onto the field. Miles Griffin will be in the backfield to open the second half for the Trojans. We saw a lot of Devon Liddell, a lot of Miles Griffin in the first half. Trips near side for Parton. Handoff to Griffin, and he is stopped after a short gain. Brandon Dean, interior lineman for the Tigers, coming up to make the stop. He's out of Magnolia, Mississippi, South Pike High School. Gain of 2 to the 37. Second and 8, low snap to Parton, picks it up, hits Allen out in the left flat, and he is drilled immediately. Tylon Batiste was there to bring him down immediately. Lost back to the original line of scrimmage, will bring up 3rd and 10.
Yes, 14, tackled by 7. And, yeah, 35.
3 receivers stacked tight to the right side for Parton on 3rd and 10 from the Trojan 35. Has time, throws back across the field, caught near the 40, and working for the Trojan first down. It's Allen on the reception. Jaquel Allen, a freshman out of Rouville Thomas E. Edwards High School. Works to the 46, gain of 11. Parton dumps it off to Allen out of the left side. Trojans wanted a flag for a late hit. There was no call.
46.
Taken out of bounds by Jalen Simmons. 3-yard gain to the 49 will leave the Trojans with 2nd and 7. 11:18 to go, third quarter. Trojans trailing by 17. Would love some points here. Another low snap back to Parton. He's in trouble, and he's going to be dropped back at the 43. Allen Robertson, his 2nd sack of the night. Five-yard loss back to the 44. Third and 12, got to get to the Tiger 44 to pick up a first down. Parton shifts Griffin left, then right. Play action, rolling to his right. Robertson giving chase. Parton fires downfield, incomplete, diving effort. Sir Trotter tried to come back and grab it, but could not do it. That'll bring up 4th and 12.
Yeah.
And we'll see the punting unit on for the first time tonight for MDCC. Jaron Sanford, a sophomore for the Trojans, 11 attempts on the year. He's averaging 40 per kick, as long as 50. And the Trojans going to have to burn a timeout on 4th and 12. Not what you want to do this early in the second half, but Coach Johnson maybe didn't have the right personnel on the field. They'll burn a timeout. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Trojans trailing 27-10. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
We are broad in our area of what we teach. A student can come through and they can go in the mechanical design aspect of it. They can go into the architectural. They can go into the civil and surveying, estimating.
I would say this is probably the 6th or 5th year that we've been heavy into the 3D printing. It is a valuable tool, and it's the wave of the future. You don't have to have an art background. You don't have to have an engineering background. You want to pursue it.
4th and 12, Trojans going to have to punt. Jaron Sanford will go back and stand at his own 30. Marquise Willis, the return man for the Tigers, standing at his own 25. Good snap back to Sanford, almost blocked. And gets off a high kick taken by Willis at the Tiger 29. He'll head toward the Tiger sideline, and officials blow the whistle and stop progress. Was there a flag?
Willis on the return.
I don't see a flag. They say he called for a fair catch. So the Tigers will take over.
So nothing?
No.
is getting out of hand. She's probably starting to put his face on. This is too much.
31-yard punt, no return.
She asked, are we still on in Nashville? Everything's going on. I was like,
Tigers take over at their own 28. Working with a 17-point lead, 27-10 with 9:42 to go in the third quarter. Handoff to Jackson out of the backfield. Trojans going for the strip, just get him to the ground. As he works up to about the 38, will be good enough for a Tiger first down. JV and Gathright coming up to make the stop, along with Marlon Brown, I believe, was in there. 10-yard gain, 1st and 10, Tigers from their own 38. QJ Skipper in the Tiger backfield. He'll line up to Johnson's left. There's movement up front. No flag. Handoff is to Skipper. Johnson's asking the same thing, the Tiger quarterback. He said, was that not offsides? A gain of 3 as Brown comes in to make the tackle. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Zero rush for 4 yards.
Handoff, Skipper once again has running room to the Trojan sideline. Chased out of bounds near the 40. They'll mark him out at the 41 as Eichelberger will be credited with the stop. QJ Skipper comes in, shows the speed. Gain of 18. First and 10 from the Trojan 41. Handoff, Skipper again. He's hit the line of scrimmage, and they may give him 1 to the 40, but not much else as Brown comes up to make the stop. That was actually Jalen Davidson, I beg your pardon. Second and 9, Johnson to throw, goes over the middle, caught on the run, and working inside the 20-yard line is Marquise Willis. Jordan Johnson on the tackle, but not before another Tiger first down. Gain is to the 19. 21-yard pitch and catch.
On the 20. Their 20 on Delta.
Handoff, Skipper looks for running room left side, and he's gobbled up. Davidson again on the tackle for the Trojans. I'm going to say he lost about a half a yard.
Yeah. Second 11.
Clock runs under 7 minutes to go here in the third. Coahoma 27, MDCC 10. Jacoby Jackson back in the game, and Johnson will flip it out of the backfield to Marlon Palmer. Palmer out of Greenville Christian School as he works inside the 10. First and goal for the Tigers. Gain of 11 to the 9. Play action. Johnson going toward the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown Tigers as Jordan Cavett hauls in his first touchdown of the night. We'll make it 33-10. Tigers with 6:20 to play in the third quarter.
Anyone is kicking.
Josh Eves on for the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. 34-10. Tigers extend the lead with 6:27 to play in the third quarter. We'll step aside and take a break on the MDCC Sports Network.
Have news for that also.
So my spare time, I'm still drawing at home, designing residential homes and commercial buildings. I love what I do. And when I can teach a student to do and love what I do, it makes my day.
Welcome back. An 8-play, 72-yard scoring drive for the Tigers. Johnson to Cavett from 9 yards out puts the Tigers on top 34-10 with 6:20 to play here in the third quarter from Moorhead. Watson Cook with you on the MDCC Sports Network. Glad you're with us on a Thursday night. Eves with another short kick. Triplet going to call for a fair catch, take it at the Trojan 31. I'll actually put it at the 30, so Delta will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. The Trojans have been able to move the ball sporadically tonight, but sustaining a drive they've just not been able to do. As Parton will work from the gun on 1st and 10 from the Delta 30. Another low snap, picks it up, hands to, I believe that was Griffin. We'll have to wait till he gets out of a mass of humanity around the 34-yard line. So that was Liddell on the carry. They'll give him progress to the 34. Pick a Tiger for the tackle. It was 8 or 9 gray shirts in there, along with several Trojans trying to push the pile. 2nd and 6 from the Delta 34. Parton looking to pass, fires over the middle, caught by Allen. Should be good enough for a Trojan 1st down. And Parton slow to get up. He looks over to the sideline and says, "No, Coach, I'm good. I'm not coming out again." Gain to the 42. 8-yard pickup for the 1st down. And a fumble on the exchange. Liddell able to pick it up, save the possession. He'll lose 2 back to the 40. Will bring up 2nd and 12. Talon Smith on the tackle for the Tigers. Second and 12 from the 40. Parton will check to the sideline. Play clock down to 7, and the Trojans going to have to burn their 2nd timeout, still with 4:29 remaining in the 3rd. We saw the same thing last week. Trojans having to burn timeouts early in the 2nd half. When we come out, it'll be 2nd and 12 from the Delta 40. While we've got a second, we'll give you the information again on the Trojan Black Tie Fundraiser coming up Saturday, September 24th. That'll be at 6 o'clock from the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. Tickets for the Athletic Department Fundraiser are $100. They can be purchased online at mdcctrojans.com. They'll have food, drinks, live music, and a silent auction. And several local celebrities, including Ron Polk, Gerald Glass, Dorsett Davis, to name a few, will be in attendance. For more information, you can contact MDCC Athletic Director Jason Connor at jconnor@msdelta.edu or by phone at 662-402-1129. That's the Trojan Black Tie Fundraiser, Saturday, September 24th from the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. Second and 12 from the Delta 40. Parton flushed out, rolling right, throws downfield through the hands of intended receiver and picked off by Jalen Simmons. And Simmons still on his feet, works into Trojan territory. He'll finally be chased out of bounds. 2nd interception of the season for Jalen Simmons. And that's the 3rd on the night for Trojan quarterback Caleb Parton. That one went through the hands of his intended receiver. Tigers will take over at the Delta 43. Working with a 24-point lead, 34-10 with 4:12 to play in the 3rd quarter. Johnson calls for the snap out of the gun, looking to pass. He's in trouble. Now going to loft it downfield. Got a man at the goal line, and that ball is caught for a touchdown. What a grab. In traffic with Jacoby and Eichelberger all over him. Marquise Willis hauls that one in to extend the Tiger lead. One play, 43 yards, a quick strike for the Tigers. Set up by the Jalen Simmons interception. This is the second touchdown reception of the night for Willis. His fourth of the season. And Eves puts the extra point up and in, 41-10. Coahoma pulling away here in the third quarter with 4:05 remaining. We will step aside and take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
It's wide open with electrical technology. We start with basic residential wiring. We start talking about how AC/DC works together. And then we go into motor control for our second semester. Then after the first year, we go into pneumatics and hydraulics. Fourth semester, we go into AutoCAD. We go into PLC, programmable logic control. So anything to do with electrical, we basically cover that here. Their career options are unlimited, so you could be just a regular handyman doing residential, putting ceiling fans up, remodels for kitchens, can lights, receptacles.
Welcome back. Kickoff, a fair catch called for and taken around the Trojan 22. That's where MDCC will take over 1st and 10 after a highlight reel touchdown catch from Marquise Willis. Had Jacoby and Eichelberger all over him. Made the grab at the goal line to extend the lead for the Tigers, 41-10 with 4:05 to go in the third. Trojans will start at their own 25. And a whistle and a flag. Tigers indicating that this will go against the Trojans. And it will be a false start against MDCC. That'll back them up to the 20, bring up 1st and 15. Parton hands off to Liddell, has some running room near side. Hit hard as he reaches the 26-yard line. Tackle made by Clay Taylor. And they'll put it down at the 26, it appears, 6-yard gain. Or bring up 2nd and 9.
Oh, 1 yard. Not 36. 36, talking about 27.
Hand off again to Liddell, fights through traffic. A late flag comes in. Liddell has 1st down yardage. We'll have to check the penalty marker. It will come back, holding against the Trojans. Gain was 2. The 36, we'll call it, but after the holding penalty, Trojans will go back inside their own 20. They'll have it at the 17. So 2nd and 18, got to get to the 35 to pick up a 1st down. Clock winding down here in the third. Coahoma on top, 41-10. They try Liddell again, and not much happening. He's taken down immediately. Demetric Strong on the tackle for the Tigers.
Rush by 36 or 42.
Gain is to the 19, 2-yard gain.
11 in the quarterback. Okay.
Bring up 3rd and 16. And we've got Terrence Moore back in at quarterback for the Trojans. We saw him some late in the first half. Moore calls his own number, runs into a bulldozer and goes nowhere. And that was Javarius Johnson that introduced himself to Terrence Moore. Trojans will send the punting unit on the field. It was a loss of 1 on the play back to the 18. Jaron Sanford will come on for the second time tonight. Stands at his own 5 and gets off a high spiral kick. Multiple flags fly as Tarek Latham on the return gets into Trojan territory, and he is taken down by Javarius Sherrod, but we'll check the penalty markers.
On the return, tackled by number 9, Jordan Johnson. There's flags on the play.
Both are back inside the Tiger 45. 3 flags are, well, that was 2 of them. There's another flag down at midfield. So 3 flags are down. We'll let Mr. McNeely sort this one out for us. So the Tigers had 12 men on the field. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll play 4th down again.
Yeah, 5 yards.
41-10, Coahoma is taking, or has taken rather, a commanding lead here in the 3rd quarter. 1:29 to go in Moorhead. So we'll play 4th down again on 4th and 11. Another good snap back to Sanford. It's an end-over-end kick, going to hit at midfield, and it will take a long Trojan roll. Latham going to pick it up on the run. Works back to the 40, now reverses field, coming near side. And dancing around, finally going to be spun down around the 43. Chased down by Marcavius Smith. Well, Latham ran a long way, not much on the return. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Clock is running as we wind down near the end of the 3rd quarter. Tigers will have to snap at about a 3-second differential in the play clock and the game clock. It's a handoff. Jacoby Jackson coming near side, gets into Trojan territory. Couple of nifty moves. He'll have a 1st down and finally be wrestled down at the Trojan 45, and that will bring the 3rd quarter to a close. All Coahoma here tonight in Moorhead, 41-10. Tigers on top. We'll take a break and be back on the MDCC Sports Network.
You could go work with a grain bin system. You could work for a farmer, a grain elevator. Cellular South picks our guys up because they need technicians for the towers. They can make 50, 60 grand starting out. I have students that are hired before they get out of school.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter in Moorhead. All Coahoma Tigers tonight, 41-10. They lead MDCC. Tigers will have 1st and 10 from the Delta 45 after a first down pickup out of Jacoby Jackson on the final play of the third quarter. Good look there at the defensive huddle for the Trojans. Next week, MDCC will travel to Boonville, take on Northeast. Our next broadcast here on the MDCC Sports Network will be 2 weeks from today. It'll be homecoming for the Trojans. Itawamba comes to town. That'll be a 2:30 kickoff here at Jim Randall Stadium. First and 10, Tigers from the Delta 45. Handoff right side, Marvin Sanders, and he skirts for another Tiger first down. Taken down by Elijah Kitchen. Gain of 12 to the 33, 1st and 10 Tigers. Johnson keeps it himself around the right side, and he's chased out of bounds. They'll mark him out at the 30, it appears. Gain of 3 will leave the Tigers with 2nd and 7. Sanders on 2nd and 7 has another Tiger first down as he works inside the 20 near the 15. Taken down by Sedante Myers.
Tackled by number 6, Gatright, to bring up first down.
15-yard gain to the 15. Tigers on the move, looking to add to a 31-point lead. There goes Sanders again, tries to bounce it to the Tiger sideline, makes several Trojans miss, and works to the 6 before he's taken down. A 9-yard gain was 2nd and 1. Trojans had him stopped a couple of times, it looked like, but credit Sanders for keeping the play alive. He's a sophomore out of Lambert, Mississippi, Madison Palmer High School. Second and short. Sanders makes a cut inside, has the first down pickup. Marlon Brown coming up to make the stop. Tigers will have 1st and goal from the 5. There's a Tiger slow to get up. That is Gerald Wells. He'll check out for a play or two, hopefully be able to return. 1st and goal, Tigers from the Trojan 5. The give is to Sanders, makes another cut and works down to near the 1. Taken down there by Aaron Robinson. Well, Sanders has shown speed, and he has shown his shiftiness here in the fourth quarter. Gain is to the 2, second and goal. Give it to Sanders again, and he's wrestled down in the backfield. Anthony Brown comes in, lost his headgear, but makes the stop. We'll leave Coahoma with 3rd and goal. There's a flag down on the near sideline. And we're going to have offsides against the Trojans.
Brings up 2nd down.
So they'll move it half the distance. It'll remain 2nd down, or yeah, still 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1. And play action. Everybody bid on Sanders, and Johnson walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Coahoma. 47-10 with 10:59, I should say, to go in the ball game. Well, Tigers set that one up nicely. Sanders had to carry the last 4 or 5 drives. All 11 Trojans bit. And Johnson takes it in to extend the lead. Josh Eves on for the extra point. And pushes this one wide left. No good. 47-10. Score remains with 10:59 to play in the game. We'll step aside and take a break on the MDCC Sports Network.
Our program deals more with the agronomy side of agriculture and how to grow crops. Also with the agribusiness side. We talk about yield monitors on combines and cotton pickers. We talk about guidance on tractors. We talk about variable rate technologies. Talking a little bit about remote sensing and how we're using the drones out on the farm. We get into dealing with a little bit on livestock. We cover so many weeks for each crop that we grow around here. And I also teach a farm machinery and shop management class. With the technological background we've got now in agriculture, there are some good paying jobs out there waiting, and right now we've got more people calling in with jobs than we've got graduates to fill them. It's very special to me that you can take a seed and
Welcome back. Tiger quarterback Jaden Johnson extends the Tiger lead, 47-10. Here just under 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Triplett returns the kick up to the MDCC 30. That's where the Trojans will have it, 1st and 10. Again, the Trojans will hit the road next Thursday night. They'll go to Boonville to take on Northeast. And 2 weeks from today will be homecoming for the Trojans. They'll host Itawamba for a 2:30 kickoff. That'll be our next broadcast here on the MDCC Sports Network. Parton fires right side, caught there by Moore. And he's chased out of bounds, shy of the 1st down marker. Jadarian Webb on the tackle. Gain is to the 39. We'll bring up 2nd and 1. Handoff, Liddell in trouble in the backfield and dropped. I think he might have run into his own man, and then Tigers converged. Cam Wright, we'll credit him with the tackle. Loss back to the 35, 4-yard loss.
Rush. 36?
Yeah.
57.
3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Parton with 4 wide. Looking to throw out in the left flat. Caught. That is Jordan Cavett, and he will work for the 1st down. Chased out of bounds by Samson Israel. Gain is to the Trojan 42. Well, 7-yard pickup. Trojans able to extend the drive. Another low snap back to Parton. We've seen that several times tonight. Handoff, Liddell coming near side, turns on the Jets, and does he have enough for the first down? Yes, he does. I'll say he steps out at the Tiger 45, gain of 13, and the Trojans move the chains once again.
Number 24, Dorsey, to be first down, Trojans!
Again, talking to Coach Tavares Johnson yesterday, he said our motto is no excuses. Our guys are not going to quit, and you're seeing that now out of the Trojans, down 37. Still fighting here midway through the fourth. As Parton fires incomplete, was trying to hit Ladarius Moore on the near side. Second and 10 from the Tiger 45. Parton got to hurry up. Play clock down to 5. Trojans get the snap off with 2 seconds left as Parton with the pump fake gets one defender in the air, but it's to no avail as Cam Wright brings him down back in Trojan territory. They'll mark it at the MDCC 48, loss of 7. We'll bring up 3rd and 17 for MDCC with 7:25 left to play in this one. Coahoma 47, MDCC 10.
If so, what year and what team won it all? That is the second question.
Trip receivers near side for Parton on 3rd and long, 3rd and 17. Rolls right, fires downfield, and throws it out of bounds, incomplete. And Parton is down. Parton down on the ground back around the 42-yard line. And we hate to see that. He appears to be in pretty significant pain. Clutching his left shoulder. Certainly hope he will be okay, but his night is likely done as Jaron Sanford will come on to punt. He'll stand at his own 34. Tarek Latham will go back to return, and we got a timeout, Coahoma. That'll stop the clock. 6:42 to go in the ball game. It's all Tigers, 47-10 here in Moorhead. We'll step aside and take a break on the MDCC Sports Network.
And you can see something to harvest from.
MDCC has your college experience close to home.
Okay.
I'm trying the timeout. 4th down, Trojans. Sanford on to punt. It will hit at the 20. Latham will let it roll. It will take a Trojan roll down to the 11. 41-yard punt, no return.
Punt's going to be down by number 18, Melvin. We'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
So 6:42 left. The Tigers will take over at their own. Well, they put it at the 12-yard line, so 1st and 10 from the Tiger 12. Tiger quarterback Jaden Johnson remains in the game. He's got Sanders in the backfield. Handoff will go to Sanders. And he works across the 15 up to the 16, maybe the 17. They'll put it at the 17, a 5-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd and 5. Jalen Davidson coming up to make the tackle for the Trojans. Tigers letting the play clock run down as far as they can. It's down to 5. Handoff Sanders. There's the speed again coming near side, and Sanders is catapulted across the 40 for another Tiger first down. Gain is to the 42.
Number 25, Sanders on the carry. Tackled by number 25, Davidson. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
A 25-yard burst for the first down. Well, again, the Tigers just letting the play clock run down as far as they can. Still got 20 seconds. Handoff, Sanders, flag is down. Anthony Brown comes in for the Trojans, jumps on the back of the ball carrier, trying to bring him down. Gain of only 1 on the play will bring up 2nd and 9. We've got offsides against MDCC.
First down.
So this will take the Tigers up to the 47. So we approach the 4-minute mark. Well, you feel bad for the guys on the field just having to stand around right now, because mosquitoes in the Mississippi Delta this time of year are not your friend. They would rather be running downfield. 1st and 5 from the 47. Handoff to Sanders. He's got another Tiger first down as he works up, or works into Trojan territory, I should say, to the 47 is where they'll mark it.
First down for the Tigers.
And you see Johnson dancing around. I don't know if he's just enjoying the 37-point win or if he's trying to keep the bugs off of him. 1st and 10 from the Delta 47. Tiger lost his headgear as Emmanuel Griffin has checked in and was the ball carrier.
Tackled by number 9, Webster. Brings up 2nd down.
Give him a gain to the 44. Will bring up 2nd and 7. And the Tigers going to improve to 3-0, and you can bet they will be ranked in the NJCAA rankings next week. They were one of 2 teams receiving votes in this week's poll. Hand off again to Griffin.
Number 22, Griffin on the carry.
And he'll be chased out of bounds on the Trojan sideline.
They'll bring up first down.
As Javian Gathright comes over to make the tackle. Gain is to the 34. Good enough for a Tiger first down. Under 2 minutes to go here at Jim Randall Stadium.
Starting at 10:30 a.m. Followed by our Trojan Athletic Open House at 1 and the first annual Black Tie Gala at 6 p.m. Come and join us all week for Mardi Gras Homecoming 2022. Be back here.
Fresh set of downs for Johnson and company. Give to Griffin. And he stopped after a short gain. Tackle made by DeAnthony Brown. Second and 9 from the 33. Under a minute to go now. Looks like Johnson just going to take the snap, go to a knee, and bleed the rest of this one out. One second differential in the play clock, and game clock officials will not make the Tigers snap it again. Your final score from Moorhead, Coahoma comes to Mississippi Delta and knocks off the Trojans 47-10. Tigers improve to 3-0 on the year. Trojans fall to 0-3. Next up for MDCC, a road trip to Boonville next Thursday night. They'll take on Northeast Mississippi Community College. And Coach Johnson and company will go back to work this week and see if they can get win number 1 of the season on the road next week in Boonville. Our next broadcast here on the MDCC Sports Network will be 2 weeks from today, September 29th, at 2:30 homecoming kickoff. The Itawamba Indians will come to Moorhead, and if you can't make it out to Jim Randall Stadium, we hope you will join us then. Want to say a big thanks to Carmela, our statistician tonight, for helping us out, giving us some information throughout the game. She was a huge help. And again, 47-10. Your final score here from Moorhead. We hope you'll join us in 2 weeks for homecoming. Again, a 2:30 kickoff against Itawamba. With that, we will wrap things up from Jim Randall Stadium. This is Watson Cook saying good night on the MDCC Sports Network.
See you. You too, man.
A quality education, passionate instructors, and financial support. It's the place your journey begins. Visit msdelta.edu and register today. Dream big, plan well, and be anything.